Yeah, and Steiner praised early Freemasons, for their selfless deeds. But then later, the secular drift that happened, what you're talking about, in lectures on Freemasonry, he talks of this. What do you think, as far as the Freemasons go, because we're talking about secret societies, how did their influence shape 19th century political structures? Because I think that's really important, like parliamentary systems. Would you think that our Constitution is a Freemason document?
Yes, probably in the best sense. Because the one thing, boy, that's a good, except it never makes any reference whatsoever to spirit.
There's a point of like a creator, right? That we're
Right.
endowed by our creator.
Yeah, something like that, but it doesn't really talk about that. I think that the early Freemasons might have been actually pretty spiritual people, but driven as Steiner tells us by vengeance to restore the reputation of Hiram, the great architect who built the temple. So I mean, I'm a good patriotic guy. I served in the Navy and all that, kind of like you. You know how this goes.
Yeah,
Right?
I was in the Marines, so there's no disclaimers here.
But we're not bashing the Constitution or anything, but it is a flawed document in as much as it's purely materialistic in its scope of imagination.
It was in Breaking Bad too, where they walk into this little area and they give Do you know what I'm talking about?
The two weird brothers are
Yes, yeah.
I don't know the thing, but there's definitely a lot of weird sort of Catholic cultism going on in these cartels.
Yeah, it's an obsession with death.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's so wild. And we saw that even in Venezuela, they talked about that where there was this, a lot of those gang members were doing rituals and stuff like that. You can see that kind of combined together. So I don't want people to think this is like too crazy woo-woo. We're seeing that actually being played out.
No, and these are echoes of the Aztec sacrifices, which are echoes of older sacrifices. Yeah, so none of this has ever left us. It's taken on new forms, and we call it by new name.